Hello everybody, hope you're all well and safe wherever you are in the world today. So for those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Bajrami. I am a strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach, as well as a psychic medium based in Dublin, Ireland. So today there's a live talk on Facebook just to talk about mediumship and life after death, and just to actually explain what mediumship is and how it can bring comfort and healing. So I'm really happy to have you all here with me today. And thank you again for tuning in, and let's start. So I'm actually thrilled. It's not just I'm delighted, I'm really happy to have you here, and I really hope you'll enjoy this short talk. So during this talk together, we will see how mediumship in general and mediumship readings can help in our daily life, bringing comfort and healing, as mediumship is first and foremost the proof of life after death. So the grief and loss process is very personal to each and every one of us, and through mediumship we are able to prove the continuity of life after death. So this is really important here today, is the grief process is personal to each one of us, so we won't describe the grief process in itself, but it's really to say that mediumship is really the proof of the continuity of life after death, which can be an important source of healing indeed. And why do I say it's an important source of comfort? Because mediumship is the continuity of life after death. So therefore, it's actually bringing you this comfort that your loved ones are very happy where they are. They're in a happy place. And you know that if, despite that the physical body is no longer there, their soul carries on. And that they are still around us to comfort us when we need, guidance and comfort. And we will end the talk with a short guided meditation that could help you talk to spirit world. So today I would like to speak about something extremely important to me, and probably to most people who do feel spiritual: the continuity of life after death and the continuous existence of our soul as human beings. So before going any further, I would like to briefly explain what psychics and mediums are and the difference between the two. So now you say, what is a psychic and what is a medium? I just like, every time I do a talk, I really like it, just to explain the difference between the two, okay? So a psychic is definitely not a fortune teller. If you want to know when you are due to win the lottery, meet your soulmate, get married, etc., you get what I'm trying to say is, please don't come and see me, and don't go and see any other psychics, because you might be very disappointed, and you make our work quite hard, because we'll feel we're not helping you enough. Now, a psychic is an extremely intuitive person who is able to perceive information that is beyond the normal reach of the five senses and gain insight into the past, present, and future. So a psychic can use all the senses in their work, and I will mention just the most common one. Their abilities are known as, the clairs. Clairvoyance, which is the clear seeing; clairaudience, the clear hearing; and clairsentience, the clear feeling. There's many more, but I just mentioned the most common one. A psychic establishes a soul-to-soul connection with a person. So this is why I always like to explain the difference between psychics and mediums before I carry on into the mediumship part. So a psychic establishes a soul-to-soul connection, which is a human-to-human connection. And so this person is what we call the sitter. In mediumship or in psychic reading, it's the sitter or the client. And we're in the same room or online, it doesn't matter. And the soul-to-soul connection means that it's actually very powerful. And it means as well that the psychic, the person who does a psychic reading, connects to the sitter's energy. And then with that connection to the sitter's energy, we can deliver messages, any relevant messages related to that person. We can see, for example, what happens in their past, or what could happen in their nearest future, or what's going on into the current life. Again, psychic reading, is not fortune telling. It's just us connecting to the energy and reading the person's energy and giving insights. I call this insight, not even advice, because I don't feel I can advise people. I just give what I feel, what I perceive, the insights. So as I said, as a psychic, I establish a soul-to-soul connection with you to be able to deliver information about the past, the present, or the future. As a true psychic, I'm definitely not a fortune teller. I like repeating this because some people might be disappointed. And I am a gifted spiritual person who can offer insights into some of your life's challenges. And also I am fully convinced that we create our own reality and destiny based on our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. So as a psychic, as I said, I'm able to tell you where you are headed in the future and the near future based on your present thoughts and the energy that surrounds them. And here, the important part is if you decide to change your thoughts or your mind, you can change or alter the future outcomes, obviously. This is why I said we're giving you insights. And then with this insight, depending on what you want to do, obviously, you can follow the insights, or you can just, try something else, and then obviously the future outcome will be changed. And again, remember, we all have our free will to take the directions, we feel we want to take in life. So that was just to explain, what a psychic was. Some people are just psychic. You can go for just psychic readings. I do just psychic readings. And some people are psychic mediums, which like myself. So which means we can do the psychic part, but we can also connect to spirit world. And just as a rule of thumb, all mediums are psychic, because when you're a medium, you need to use, your psychic abilities, your clair, all your senses, as we call them, the clairs. But not all psychics are medium, because it requires a different energy, different skills, and more power as well for the connection. Like a connection human to human, a soul to soul, is very powerful, but the connection as a human that we have with what the spirit world requires more power. It's more powerful. So today we focus on mediumship, and the continuity of life after death, or the afterlife. And now you'll say, what is a medium then, Nadia? You explain to us what a psychic is and what is a medium. So a medium is a spiritually gifted person who establishes a connection with what we call discarnate entities, i.e. between this world and the spirit world. And the medium is able to have an active real-time dialogue with the spirit of your loved ones who have passed away, and can provide enough evidence and details to remove any doubt in the mind of the sitter that the true communication is taking place. And as a medium, my primary objective is to show proof and give evidence of life after death, and deliver loving and healing messages, of course, to my clients or my sitters. Now, as I said, just mentioned before, I said the rule of thumb is that not all psychics are medium, but that all medium are also psychic, since attuning to the spirit world requires ongoing development and training and a lot of energy, a lot of power. Now, let's carry on mediums. It's worth saying at this point that anyone, can develop their psychic abilities. Again, I want to repeat this. This is why it doesn't require the same amount of power. But not every psychic is able to go on to become a good medium. Again. Now, as I said, all mediums have to be good psychics. So the term psychic medium is quite accurate. Although, again, medium, as I said, this is really important to talk also about the continuity of life after death, how we can connect, because mediums work on a much higher energy or vibration than just psychics. And most medium, it's important to say as well, spend time training to enhance their awareness. This is usually achieved with regular, at least daily meditation, sitting in a circle, and or sitting in your power as well, and getting help from your spirit guides and other helpers. This is very important for us as medium to be able to help us raise our vibrations and meet spirit world halfway. So now let's come back to the theme of continuity of life after death, or the afterlife. This is obviously something I'm passionate about, being a medium myself. Now, there is one matter or one topic about which all human beings, I think worldwide, regardless of the religions or the beliefs, would agree on, is physical death is inevitable. Physical death happens. Regardless, as I said, of whenever is religious or not, and regardless of one conceptions of what constitutes a human person, mortality, death, confronts us all. So our physical bodies will die and decay. We know that, when we go to funerals and, people get buried or cremated or whatever, depending again on your beliefs, but the physical body will decay. But now the question is that the end? When the physical body decay or dies, is that the end? Does consciousness cease to exist when the body, or at least the brain, dies? Well, as a member, I would say myself of what we call an overall spiritual community, or just spiritual people, I have to say, we know that we do survive physical death because we talk to spirit people. We know that the soul continues beyond the cessation of the body. So the body is gone, the body is diminished, the body dies, but the soul continues beyond that. Now, as I said before, among all the main religions in the world, physical death is not the end. And again here, as spiritualists, we know that consciousness continues after physical death. So matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. And this is an old scientific principle. Matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So now, if we accept this, and there is no reason why we should not, because again, it is science, we need to know what happens when the present form of energy reaches the end of its, life, of its viability. So the answer is simply that it changes its manifestation. It changes the way we actually interact when we leave our physical body. Spirit is energy and is therefore indestructible. On the death of the physical body, the spirit continues as an integral part of a world which I would say interpenetrates or links to our own worlds in different dimensions. So the spirit world, as we call it, where this part, or the other side of the veil, as some people might say, is that place where our loved ones go when the physical, death happens. So their soul and spirit go in spirit world. Now, in spirit life, it's important to understand that we are the same individuals in every way, with the same personalities and characteristics, and we change only by progression or otherwise as a result of our own efforts. And this is an important point as well. I like to explain this to the people that come to see me for readings is your loved ones, the people ones who have passed are in spirit world, the personality is the same as what they were on earth. So this is why they give proof of the personality. This is why they give us some traits of the personalities. That doesn't change. The only thing that changes is that they grow. They grow because they're free of the daily worries. And as I said, this is their progression. They grow in spirit world. And as I said, as a spiritual person, we know that, life carries on after death, and spiritual existence, extends beyond the physical life into what we call eternity as well. Now, we also actually realize then when we know, or we acknowledge this, that the life continues after the death of our physical body, we realize that our strategy of life must be determined by the broader consumption of an eternal destiny, and not by just the narrow limits of our material life or our physical life. Now here, I also want to mention the current pandemic. I don't really like talking that much because we all know there was a pandemic. We know that we're still, it's still not finished. There's still countries suffering. I'm in Dublin here, so we still have some restrictions at the moment. Not everything is lifted. So we're getting there slowly. We are going back to a certain normality. But I just want to mention the pandemic, which has affected us all in so many different ways. So I won't go into all the ways it could have affected us, work-wise, personal, life-wise, etc. But it's just to say that it has affected us in many ways. I would say, and this for over a year, like a year and a half now, and has turned so many lives upside down. And why am I saying this? Because not only have we had to learn how to live differently and build our resilience up, but we also had to see so many lives taken. Sometimes people we did not know that well, sometimes people we knew quite well, and sometimes people so dear and so close to our heart that we know our lives might never be the same again. So this is why I'm mentioning the pandemic here. And nothing will erase the effects of this pandemic, but here again, as if I always say as a spiritual person, but if you have a spiritual awakening, or if you realize that there is something else after death, because obviously we can show this through mediumship, as a spiritual community, we can cultivate hope as we know that the people that have been taken from us, in any any shape or form, and I'm talking about the pandemic, but are people who have been ill, etc., have died from accidents or tragic death, we can cultivate the hope, as we know that the people have been taken from us do carry on living, not only in our heart, but in a beautiful place from which they can carry on a life, as I said, free from pain-free, and free from earthly worries. A beautiful place where they can be reunited with their own loved ones who passed away before them. And a beautiful place from which they can keep on looking after us, caring for us, and sending us signs whenever we might need the love and support. Remember, your loved ones are always around you. Open your mind, open yourself to all the signs you can receive from your loved one when you reach out, when you want desperately to talk to them. Outside even mediumship, I mean. Now, I in my heart, I do strongly feel that this principle of the continuity of life after death has never been so important. And as a spiritual medium, I really feel so proud that Spirit World trusts me enough to work with me so I can help other people connect with their loved ones, and get messages and realize that they're absolutely fine where they are. We all know that nothing will replace the physical presence of our loved ones, but knowing that they are in a better place and knowing that they're actually giving us information, details about them to actually prove, that there is a continuity, just give us that bit of hope and that to help us carry on and move forward in life. And it's also important that we never take this trust, from Spirit World, people who work with Spirit World, from granted, and that we keep honoring the beautiful Spirit World by bringing the messages of love and hope to their loved ones. Remember, mediumship is all about upliftment. It's about positivity. It's about helping you, giving you hope, positivity, healing, uplifting messages. It will never be anything negative or anything whereas your loved ones might be upset with you. No. It's really about making amends, about forgiveness, about upliftment. So as I said, I cannot, as a medium, as a spiritual medium, as a psychic medium, I cannot bring back a physical person to people who are grieving and feel a deep loss, but I can bring comfort and hope by proving survival of life after death, by giving clear evidence. Remember this, when you go for mediumship reading, you need evidence, You cannot be satisfied with what we call cold readings or generic readings, You need specific information. So when you leave, or even when you talk with the medium, you have absolutely no doubt which loved one are connecting to you today. Now, me personally, I will feel eternally grateful to Spirit World for their trust in me, and I can honestly say that being a spiritual person and serving Spirit World has tremendously changed my life and has improved me as a person. This true calling of mine has helped me grow in my own self. So now more than ever, it's crucial that we help as many people as possible heal and even move on by showing that life continues after physical death occurs. And before I finish, I just want to mention a book by Alice Hoffman. I would even say so. It's a book by Alice Hoffman. I like to say it's one of the most magical novels to date for me. It's called The Probable Future, in which we see 3 generations of extraordinary women who are driven to actually unite in crisis and discover the rewards of reconciliation and love. So the women of the Sparrow family, the main characters of this book, this woman, they are the Sparrow family. They have unusual gifts. So Eleanor can detect falsehood. Her daughter Jenny can see people's dreams when they sleep. And granddaughter Stella has a very strong clairvoyance ability. So very powerful ladies. And now I just want to read a few lines taken from this great book. Just a few lines. And it's so lovely. So I just want to read this before we move on to the guided meditation. But where do we go when we die? Eleanor asked. I used to think there was a plan, a rough plan, but a plan all the same, the doctor admitted, the doctor she's talking to. And the doctor carries on, he says, now I believe there are 1,000 plans, Eleanor. Every breath every decision influences the plan, expands it, shortens it, twists it all around. It's always changing. Those of us lucky enough to make it through the multitude of possible diseases and accidents get to grow old. We get tired, we close our eyes. And then Eleanor looked at the doctor and she asked, "And then, doctor? Where are we then?" she asked. Now she thought silly to ask him, a doctor, a man of science, as though he knew. But in fact the doctor didn't hesitate. He took Eleanor's hand and placed it on his chest, in the place where he knew his heart to be. "They go there, Eleanor." And this is, I love this part of the book. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And Eleanor smiled at the doctor and thought, at last someone had told her the truth, that the loved ones go, just stay in our heart. They never go. So remember, your loved ones are always around you. You know, communicate with them, ask them, talk to them. They can come in dreams, they can come in different shapes or forms, they can send you signs, you know, even outside of mediumship readings. And obviously, if you do feel you want more information, if you want to have clear proof of life after death, you know, feel free to book a mediumship reading. But remember, mediumship is all about upliftment, positivity, forgiveness, making amends, and a happy place. And it's also first and foremost the proof of survival after death. So thank you very much for listening to me today. And I will now just conclude the talk with a short guided meditation to help you connect to spirit world. So make yourself comfortable. If you wish to stay with me, please make yourself comfortable. Don't listen to me now if your full attention is required, or if you're driving or operating any machinery. Make sure you're in a quiet place and, you know, find a place where you can sit comfortably and adjust your body so that your back is well supported and your arms and legs are uncrossed, please. And when you're ready, you can just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you begin to settle comfortably into your sofa, your chair, or your bed. For protection and the highest good of all concerned, we call upon your higher self and the higher self of any deceased loved ones with whom you wish to make contact. We ask for protection from your guides of light, and from spiritual forces with which we work and trust. Go now to a special place, a gathering place where you can meet your loved one. This place may be known to you through your actual daily experiences, or it can be a place you create in your mind and your heart. The sacred place is a place where you are safe. Your highest self is with you as a support, protector, and guide throughout this process. You ask your higher self to assist you in making contact with your departed loved ones. Your awareness is drawn now to an opening or a portal that you discover in this very special place. It may be a doorway, a space between boulders, a hollow in a tree, an opening to a cave, or a hole in the ground. Move towards this opening and silently call to your loved one. Send a prayer to him or to her to meet with you. As I count from 1 to 3, move through the portal and stand in the realm of spirit with your loved ones. 1, 2, 3. You are standing in the interlife now, the place where spirits go after death. Using all your senses, you become aware of your surroundings and the presence of your loved one. What do you experience? How is this presence known to you? Notice what you feel emotionally and energetically. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you want to say to your loved one? What is the response? Receive whatever comes. Do you hear words, feel thoughts, or see pictures? How do you perceive your loved one in spirit? As you commune with them, ask whatever questions you have. Share whatever messages you wish to relay. Receive the responses as they come to you in whatever form they take. When you feel complete, thank your higher selves for this meeting between you and your loved ones in spirit. Say goodbye to your loved ones just for now. Move back through the portal. Once again, you are in a special place, sacred special place. Sit a while and reflect upon what you wish to bring back with you from this experience. What is the essence of your communication and meeting with your loved ones in the realm of spirit? You return to the room now, to everyday awareness, to wherever you are at the moment, noticing your body in your chair, your sofa, or your bed. Breathing in full breath of air refreshes and renewing you. As I count you out of this short hypnosis from 5 to 1. 5, you're becoming more alert with each breath you take in. 4, you're moving your body. 3, you're more than halfway back now. 2, you're opening your eyes. And 1, you're back in your room, fully refreshed and alert. Back to everyday awareness. You can stretch and smile and come back here with me. Now, to support the integration of your communication, with your loved one in spirit, it is very helpful to do some journaling or drawing about your experience. So when you want to do a meditation to try and connect or have a sensation of connection with your loved one in spirit, it's important just to take notes of what came during the experience so you can remember and go back. So thank you very much for everybody who listened to me today. It was a short talk about the afterlife, mediumship and the afterlife, and I just want to finish again to say what I always repeat to everybody who is asking me questions or who comes to me for readings is, remember that mediumship is first and foremost the proof of life after death. So what you can expect from mediumship reading is a medium giving you proof that there is a real-time communication with a departed loved one, and giving you enough details that there is no doubt in your mind about who the medium is speaking to, amongst your loved one in spirit world. And of course, remember that mediumship is also bringing you healing and comforting messages. It's uplifting. You will never have any negative experience in a mediumship reading if it is conducted by a well-trained medium. Because remember, being a medium requires ongoing training. So thank you very much for everybody who connected here today, and feel free to message me or go to my website or inbox me, and I will be delighted to get back to you. And welcome, Jay. I can see, well, I don't do live reading, Jay, I'm sorry. This is just a live talk. So I don't like doing live readings like this on Facebook. This is just a talk. So if you need any more information, Jay, feel free to inbox me, and I'll be delighted to get back to you. So thanks again to everybody. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And for those who are interested, I have another live talk tomorrow at 12 p.m. Dublin time, London time, about past life regression hypnosis, as I am also a hypnotherapist and coach, just to explain and see what past life regression therapy is. So thanks again, everybody. Enjoy your day and have a lovely weekend. Take care, stay safe, and we talk soon. Bye-bye.